Hi, my name's Shawn Jansen. I'm joined by Shawn Lynch, and we're here at Henry Masario Stadium as Chowchilla is getting ready for their Southern California Regional Bowl Championship game against Fairfax. It's kind of similar matchup to what we saw in the playing game last week with Stone Ridge facing a team from San Francisco, inner city team in Mission. This team's from Los Angeles playing kind of boys from the valley, kind of farm kids against city kids. The only thing different is that Fairfax likes to run the ball.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of the same game plan as Stone Ridge had going in. They want to be super disciplined, really kind of try to wear them down. Like you said, it's very comparable. You got big dudes on their line for Fairfax. You got excellent looking athletes on film, but do they have the discipline to be able to handle what Chowchilla does so well?
And we're talking big dudes here for Fairfax. Their right guard, Maurice Garden, 6'4", 375 pounds. They got defensive tackle Joseph Carter, 6'4", 299 pounds. These are going to be hard guys to move for this double wing offense.
Yeah, I mean the idea is going to be you want to get them moving side to side, and you want them having to run. You want them having to chase. If they can just sit there and clog the middle, that's going to be an issue. Watching that big boy pull on videos, impressive stuff. You do not want to be the little DB when he's kicking out. Chowchilla, talking to Alex Pitts, he's said, Central Valley Christian. They had a 6'8" guy, and so they've faced that kind of behemoth before, and they have an idea of how to deal with it.
And we said Fairfax likes to run the ball. Their running back, Ramses Hernandez, 2,826 yards, 33 touchdowns. He's their main focal point. It's going to be interesting to see how Chowchilla fares against their offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have a good idea of what they're going to be facing, and they prefer to face a running team. Talking to Pitts, passing teams is kind of what's hurt them throughout the year. So, coming off of last week where there were a few times where the DBs looked a little shaky, I think they're pretty confident going in against a running team. Now it's going to be a question of who's going to win the line of scrimmage.
Fairfax is a school of about 2,500 kids. They kind of went into the playoffs with a 4-6 record and kind of caught fire, won all four of their games to win their section title. Chowchilla gets to host this game. Talking to Coach Pitts, the town's excited. Should be a fun atmosphere on Saturday night. What do you think Chowchilla has to do? What are kind of the big keys for them this week?
I think they just got to stick with what they do and, wear on them throughout the course of the game. I think it's going to take, a couple quarters maybe to kind of open things up. But I think once Stewart and Gutierrez and Chavez get going with the run game, I think the other team's going to have a little bit of trouble slowing them down. Defensively, I think they're playing great. I mean, Danny Chavez impressed the heck out of us last week. He was all over the field at linebacker. And like I said, they're more comfortable going up against this style of offense. So if they tackle well, I think they got a good shot at, maybe even hosting a state bowl game the week after.
Yeah, I think one area that they'd like to exploit is special teams. Fairfax has given up 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the playoffs, and that's an area that Chowchilla has kind of done well, especially with Anthony Stewart returning kicks.
Yeah, and they may not know to kick away from Anthony like several of the Valley schools do. It sounds like they don't punt a whole lot. They don't have a good punting game in general, so expect to see them go for it on a lot of fourth down plays. But yeah, like you said, Chowchilla's pretty much excelled at special teams all year, and any leg you can get up in a situation like this is huge.
It's definitely going to be, they got to make a long 4-hour trip down here, probably day of the game. That can take some of the speed away from them. You get tired legs coming off the bus. It's going to be interesting to see. I like Chowchilla in this game, just the way they've been playing since Gutierrez has come back. Alex has kind of given them an emotional burst, and they seem to be playing well. I like Chowchilla here by a touchdown.
I think they might actually pull away a little bit more than that. I'll give them the 2-touchdown edge, but I agree. I think Chowchilla comes out on top, and I think they get a play for their first state title the next week.
All right, we're looking forward to the game on Saturday night.